hundreds of bicycles passing by, narrow houses next to quiet canals, and a smell of coffee and fresh waffles in the air.
Plus, tourists from all over the world, boats on the water, and people sitting in cafes, even when it's raining.
Today, we're talking about Amsterdam and a little bit about the Netherlands. Welcome to the Alp English podcast. My name is Eva.
And my name is Jeroen. This episode is for B1 to B2 level English learners. We'll speak at a natural but clear speed and explain some useful words as we go.
So, if you want to practice English listening and learn about life in Amsterdam, stay with us. First, where are we? Amsterdam is the capital city of the Netherlands, a small country in Western Europe. Some people say Holland, but Holland is really the name of only 2 provinces. The whole country is called the Netherlands. The Netherlands is famous for flat land, windmills, tulips, and bicycles. A big part of the country is below sea level. This means the land would be underwater if there were no dikes and dams. Dikes are long walls of earth or stone that keep the water out. For hundreds of years, the Dutch have been very good at controlling water.
Amsterdam is in the west of the country, near the North Sea. About 900,000 people live in the city itself, and more than 2 million in the wider area. The city is famous for its canals. There are more than 100 kilometers of canals and over 1,200 bridges. Because of this, people sometimes call Amsterdam the Venice of the North.
If you look at a picture of Amsterdam, you often see tall, narrow houses next to the water. These houses are from the 17th century, the Dutch Golden Age, when the Netherlands was very rich from trade. At that time, it was expensive to have a wide house, so people built them narrow and high. That is why the houses look so slim today.
What is daily life like in Amsterdam? One of the first things you notice is the number of bicycles. There are more bikes than people. Many people use a bike to go to work, to school, to the supermarket, or to meet friends. The city has special bike lanes and traffic lights for bikes. Cars are allowed, but in the center, it is often easier and faster to go by bike or by tram.
Many people in Amsterdam live in apartments, in old, narrow buildings. Some people also live on houseboats. These are boats on the canals that are used as homes. They have electricity, water, and everything a normal house has. The weather is often cloudy and rainy, but not extremely hot or cold. People in Amsterdam are used to rain. You will see cyclists with raincoats and umbrellas, still going everywhere by bike.
Amsterdam is very international and multicultural. Many people come from different countries and backgrounds. You can hear Dutch, English, and many other languages on the streets. Most Dutch people speak very good English, especially in big cities. So as a visitor, it's usually easy to communicate.
Amsterdam is also known for being tolerant and open-minded. Tolerant means accepting different ideas and lifestyles, even if you don't personally live that way. For example, same-sex marriage is legal, and there are many different cultures and beliefs living together in one city. Of course, reality is not perfect, and there are social problems too. But in general, Amsterdam has a reputation for being open and liberal.
Let's talk about some famous places in Amsterdam. In the city center, you have Dam Square with the Royal Palace. Nearby, there are many small streets with shops, cafes, and traditional brown pubs called brown cafes because of their dark wooden interiors.
Amsterdam also has several important museums. The Rijksmuseum has famous Dutch paintings by artists like Rembrandt and Vermeer. The Van Gogh Museum shows many works by Vincent van Gogh, one of the most famous painters in the world. There is also the Anne Frank house, where a Jewish girl, Anne Frank, hid with her family during World War II and wrote her famous diary. Many visitors go there to learn about this sad part of history.
What about food and drink? Traditional Dutch food is simple and heavy: potatoes, vegetables, and meat or fish. In winter, people eat stamppot. This is mashed potatoes mixed with vegetables like kale or sauerkraut, served with sausage.
On the street, you can try stroopwafels, thin waffles with caramel syrup inside, and poffertjes, small, fluffy pancakes with butter and sugar. Many people also eat herring, a kind of raw herring fish, with onions and pickles. Tourists sometimes find it strange, but many Dutch people love it.
Because Amsterdam is multicultural, you can also find Indonesian food, Surinamese food, Turkish kebabs, and many other options.
Amsterdam is also famous for some things that are a bit more adult, like coffee shops that sell cannabis and the red light district. These are often a big topic for tourists, but in this podcast, we will only mention them briefly and not go into detail. It's important to remember that these areas are only a small part of the city, not the whole culture.
Most people in Amsterdam live normal lives. They go to work, study, spend time with family, and enjoy the parks and canals. For example, on a sunny day, many people sit in Vondelpark, the big city park, to relax, have a picnic, or play music.
Now, let's quickly explain some useful words from this episode. Canal, a man-made waterway for boats or water control.
Dike, a long wall that stops water from coming in.
Houseboat, a boat that is used as a home.
Multicultural, having many different cultures living together.
Tolerant, accepting different ideas and lifestyles.
You can pause here and repeat these words out loud to practice pronunciation.
Let's do a short review. Amsterdam is the capital of the Netherlands, a small, flat country in Western Europe, famous for canals, bikes, tulips, and windmills.
The city has narrow houses, many bicycles, and a lot of rain. People often go everywhere by bike, and some even live on houseboats. Amsterdam is multicultural and tolerant, with people from many different backgrounds.
Amsterdam talked about famous places like Dam Square, the Rijksmuseum, the Van Gogh Museum, and the Anne Frank house. We also mentioned Dutch food, stamppot, stroopwafels, poffertjes, and herring. And we said that even if Amsterdam is famous for coffee shops and the red light district, most of the city is just normal life.
If you are learning English at B1 to B2 level, you can listen again, pause when you need, and write down new words or expressions. Here is a question for you. If you visited Amsterdam, what would you like to do first? Take a bike ride, visit a museum, or go on a canal boat tour? Why?
You can write your answer in a notebook or say it out loud to practice speaking. Thank you for listening to the Alp English podcast.
I'm Jeroen.
And I'm Eva.
See you in the next episode.